a terrific free throw shooter and terrific in the paint, and with his middle game pull-up.
Mason Williams had a nice spurt in that game against Montana. He picks up right where he leaves off for 11 with 12 rebounds.
Yeah, all he's done is made his last 12 shots, Tony. 11 for 11, tying the school record for made field goal attempts.
Mason Williams, quick hesitation, now spinning in the lane. What a beautiful step through move. He was. Mason Williams takes it right at Abelman, sneaks underneath and scores. Mason.
High school, he kind of footballed that one in. Boy, what a strong move to the basket there.
Williams squaring up against Jackson. Jab step over to Thomas, now out into that corner. Cook running inside the lane. Mason Williams rainbows a three, a 10.
Carson Tout only needs one more rebound, Tony, in this game to become the all-time leading rebounder in NAU history. Already over 1,000 in his career.
Mason Williams remains hot to start. He had a big moment in this game.
Wow, to lose the number 2 scorer in the entire nation in the first minute of the second half.
Deep inside. There goes Williams.
Abelman has made 3 threes in 3 of his last 4 games. That's his calling card. In from deep.
Mason Williams puts his team up 16 points. Williams has to answer. No good. Rebound. Camposano kept it alive. Williams will try again. Got it. And it's a 13-point game.
That scored off of Marquardt setting that ball screen and then rolling to the basket.
Patterson lost it. Collected by Marquardt. He's been everywhere. There is Mason Williams to the other.
24 or more free throws, and they shot as a team 82% from the stripe during that stretch.
Well, Big Sky play, they're 3rd in the league in free throw percentage. They have done a lot of good things offensively in the Big Sky. In the last 2 games, due to some injuries, and 0 for 2 so far from the field for him.
Sam Stockton checking into the game for Eastern Washington. You feel this crowd here. They are a bit stunned about what they've been watching here up to this point. Cook goes to the corner, and a 3 rattles in for Mason. Bucket in a row for Montana. 4 of their last 4. They've cut it back down to 6. Eastern Washington has made their last 3. Williams trying to match, and does. The lead is back.
Off a career high 36 points, where he had 33 points in the second half at Portland State.
It's a 4-point game. Mason Williams set, long throw outside, shot clock down to 2. Here's a long heave, nearly banked in by McLean. The chase down Hartman, another possession. On the reset, here's Mason Williams.
Well, that's good news for the Grizz. If Malik Moore can get going, their leading scorer 0 for 3 in that first half. He's only had back-to-back games 8 points. He's averaging almost 14. He's battling a wrist injury. The Grizzlies could badly use him to get going.
Mason Williams picks up. The Grizzlies without a field goal for 3 minutes. However, they keep getting to the line. Their lead is at 5.
And they are one of the best free throw shooting teams in the league. 3rd in the Big Sky during conference play.
Answer again. When it comes to beauty, the state of Montana takes a backseat to nobody. When it comes to the excitement of college basketball, the Big Sky is fantastic from the beginning all the way to the end. Mason Williams quickly down the lane makes it 70.
Weber State looking at ball screens. Vartiainen short on the 3. Weber 2 for 13 from downtown so far. From 3, Eastern very lucky it's not worse than that.
Yeah, Weber State's getting some good looks. They just haven't been able to knock them down.
I mean, this could be a 15-point game.
Yes. And for Eastern Washington, take your time, get good looks, and move the ball.
Tipped away by 3, recovered by Williams, and he got the floater. That possession could have gone. Finally got it from 3.
And there it is. 0 for 4, but shooters keep shooting. Able to knock it down.
Williams didn't shoot on the other end. This time he will. Spins into the 2.
And that's what Eastern Washington.
Cox back into the game coming out of the timeout. Really tried to spin it through. Got away from him. And it's going to be Eastern Washington basketball. Now Tyler Powell to Mason Williams. Williams, the strong drive. And gets it to and two. Just a couple second differential between game clock and shot clock. Mason Williams, coast to coast. And Steve Smiley will call a timeout. There's Hawthorne wide open. Got it. Mason Williams, the quick going the opposite way. Williams, the finger roll, gets the bucket on the other end. Out onto the road. Mason Williams, pop and shoot. Marquardt with the rebound. Williams going to take a three. And Williams connects with three.
It's right now.
Just feeling it. When you're shooting 100%, you're going to be a little more confident.
14 points, 4 of 4 from the field. Mason Williams, a nice answer for Eastern. The second half, that's a pretty move by Tyler Linhart to lay it up and in.
Yeah, Linhart does a great job one-on-one down low, just using his body and his footwork. And a great bucket by Linhart there.
He had 16 points against Sac State, another player who really performed well last time out for the Vandals. Here's Mason Williams. Williams drives, lays it up and in.
And that's what he's going to do.
Needed a third chance opportunity off 3 rebounds on 1 possession. Coach Munson called a timeout, got these guys out, and now they have a second chance.
Yeah, just too easy. A drive all the way to the center of the zone. And Marquardt's trying to guard 2 guys.
Williams, pretty. Fun enough to finish.
Yeah, Marquardt was trying to take a charge. The guard just went right around him and just dropped it off to his teammate.
Williams all the way.
Good job by Williams.
Johnson through traffic, tipped away, and here comes Cook.
And if you're Eastern Washington, you can settle just for 1 shot now.
And they will. Williams hit a buzzer beater to end the game on Thursday. And now there's 10 and a half. McLean. Williams for 3. He did it again. Drills.
Just 6 assists a game. That's why. Give it up to your shooter.
1-point game. It was always going to be. There is no scenario where this Portland State team stayed down. Williams spins right into traffic. Oh, might not let him have the angle to the electrifying last few minutes. Miller going to work, trying to bully Hartman. Did he get the shot off in time? Yes, but it'll be Eagle ball as Marquardt recovers with 4 fouls.
Yeah, good rebound by Marquardt there. Just cradling the ball, taking advantage of it, and getting it to his guards.
Eastern will go slow. Williams hit a first half buzzer beater today already. 10, long 2, yes.
And that's what I've been. And they were able to get their hands on it.
Sam Stockton to inbound. Out to Williams. Long 3. Oh, yes.
They want to continue to get better, move up in this Big Sky standings.
Eastern's done a decent job so far of holding on to the ball. That's one of their keys to the game tonight. Now Vitsa Zonke in off the bench with Nick McLean and Sebastian Hartman. These are all guys who were in the starting lineup at the beginning of the conference season about a month ago.
Yeah, I think Coach Munch is just looking for a spark off the bench.
Williams, nice floater.
Pablo just got dragged down too low. Holt made him pay. Trailing the break.
Talk about a do-it-all player, leads the team in scoring and rebounding. Hartman back to Zonke. Williams through traffic, step back, got it.
Yeah, he's having a great
ankle. Long 3. Lucky Julian Vaughns missed that. His first shot of the game, it was right on target.
Just a bad switch for Eastern Washington, leaving him wide open. Just wasn't able to knock it down for Sac State.
Williams, 7 early points, quiet since then. Until now, how about now? But Sac State the rebound. None. Missed the second chance, and Williams the rebound. Not a wise possession for the Hornets. Williams through contact, got it, and a blocking foul. Williams He's been so unafraid tonight. What a move to the hoop.
And Sac State in it.
Sac State right back in it the way you knew they would be. Nearly tipped away. Scoot is great on D. Powell for Williams. Fade away behind the basket. None. That was a great play. He thought about Holt, thought he had the shot, and it was a no. Williams, coast to coast. How about the self 3 points?
Yeah, that looked a little short from here, but it rattled right in.
Williams through all the traffic and he finishes.
Goes down. Just a great player for Sac State to have.
First team All Big Sky?
Definitely. And if he's not, I'd say that's a travesty because, I mean, averaging 16 points and just doing what you do.
Williams. Oh, what a move.
Game, it's always tough because teams are prepping for you.
All right. 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. McLean looking at the clock. And they'll wind. Mason Williams. 26 points. Around a screen. 3 to shoot. Williams. He did it!
And three,
that's his 10th.
Three, much like the rest of his team, having trouble shooting the ball in. 6 for 14 now is 3. The guy's one of the top 10 field goal percentage guys in the Big Sky.
Mason Williams taking his time with the shot clock at 8 and 7. Lining up against 3. Williams looking for his first field goal of the day and has it.
For Dylan Darling against Eastern Washington, and Idaho State has taken their first lead of the night at 7-6. Darling putting on a show here early, but Brad, you're right. It's the transition. He's getting down the floor in a hurry. Into the paint, Mason Williams, fall away jump shot good. Mason play. As Eastern Washington's Nick McLean comes to the front court, finds Cook, swing it over now to Mason Williams. Williams gets inside and the runner goes. I thought Isaiah Griffin might have not a downgrade by any stretch. Here's Mason Williams, gets into the paint, lobs one high over Evan Otten and gets it to go for.
Coming off, he had a big game against Northern Colorado last week, 25 points, and it'll be interesting to see how Colton is received here in Pocatello.
Mason Williams handles the basketball on top as Sam Stockton is checked out. They run a high screen with Marquardt. Coming out to help was Evan Otten, and then it is Mason Williams hitting a straightaway. The Eastern Washington Eagles get a stop and a chance now to tie or possibly take the lead. Hartman gives it to Williams. Here's Marquardt. Beats a Zonke. Back to Sebastian Hartman. A lot of motion right now with this Eastern Washington offense. And now Sam Stockton will back it out to the center circle. Find Marquardt wide of the right elbow. And Mason Williams hits the jump shot. And that ties the game in the half. And they edge back out to a 5-point lead. Mason Williams wants to drive baseline right side. Shut down by O'Neal. Bring it back out. Reset now with Hartman to Zonke. Jackson Green will check in on the next whistle for Idaho State as he hits the scorer's table. Zonke with 10 to shoot, holds in the corner, drives into the paint, kick it out. Right wing, 3-ball good. Mason Williams. And on the way, and another MACU three-pointer by Dylan Darling. He's at 19 points right now. And the Bengals lead by 8, which I believe is their biggest lead tonight. It is.
It
matches it.
Williams and Darling right now.
Here is Zonke, corner, Stockton. Swing it back out to the center circle for Mason Williams. Eags reset with 10 seconds here. Little behind the back move, and they're going to call a foul and get the bucket.
Ball alive.
He's got like a 7'1" wingspan, I think is what it is. Here comes Jackson Green. He'll come in on the next dead ball as Eastern Washington inbounds on the left baseline. They get it back to Mason Williams. Williams, watched closely by Dylan Darling. That turnaround jump shot, boy, it rattled around. Found a ton on the near sideline, right at the head of the Eagle bench. Tosses it into Mason Williams. He's sizing up Dylan Darling here. Bounce pass to Tyler Powell. Hollenbeck jumps out on him. Hartman.
Williams.
Yeah, it's going to be Mason Williams. Well, let's check that. That's not quite right. I was looking at the wrong line. But 14 of his 23 have come here in the second half, and there's another turnover by Idaho State. And here comes Mason Williams. He gets inside, puts up the shot, hits it, and he's fouled again by age. 1,242 on hand here tonight in Pocatello to watch some Big Sky Conference basketball. As Mason Williams gets by his man, gets to the bucket and scores.
Mason Williams.
Neal with a left elbow fall-away jumper.
That is a huge bucket right there.
Puts Idaho State up by 11. 2 minutes left. Here is Mason Williams with his 31st point of the night.
Williams, who's averaging 13 points a game this year, 18 on Thursday against NAU. More quiet today in a more team-based role. Cook pops for Williams. What a pass up and under. How about the passing?
Great pass.
McLean. Great pass. Hartman. No. But a second chance now. Williams for three. Gets it back.
And Bowser over to Camposano. Camposano gets it off of the mark. Hartman with the rebound.
Yeah, good rebound by Hartman and good push for Eastern Washington.
Potentially bringing the game within a 1 or tying it as Stockton over to Powell. Williams corner picked up by Bowser. Shot clock at 5. Williams with the outside hand banks it in. It's a 1-point game. A fresh shot clock for Northern Arizona. Tout a mismatch against McLean. And intercepted by Mason Williams. So the Eagles able to create a few turnovers, haven't always capitalized on them. Williams knocks down the jumper, and the McLean able to recover.
Yeah, good hustle by McLean, but just another offensive rebound for NAU. We talked about Eastern has to win those boards.
So down by 11. Williams. It gets at the bucket. And McLaughlin gets some room with the shot clock at 4 off the mark. Zonke tipping it out. McLean stretching it up to Hartman.
Yeah, I'd like to see Hartman attack there. He had a one-on-one with McLaughlin on the fast break.
So Eagles down by 12. Hartman. Mason Williams from down. Seconds on the shot clock. McLaughlin making his move and goes for the dunk, and it rings out.
Yeah, McLaughlin just dribbled the ball out the whole time, one-on-one, able to get free and just wasn't able to finish the dunk.
Corner 3. Williams got it. So Jackson going 2 for 2. A player that averages 13.2 points per game. Has 4 in this one, but leads the team in assists. Williams, pump fake and drops in 3.
Expecting to go down the other side of the court, and Garaki makes them pay. It's 4-2.
And I think Garaki needs to get going for the Cats. He's had a few games this year where he's kind of disappeared, but he's capable of putting up 15 points any given contest, and great job by him following his shot there.
Little mismatch there. And
bumped him with the hip.
It's all about airspace and ball bearings these days.
Yep.
Williams step back long 2, and he drills it. Man, that's a
going 6 straight points for him.
His dad's over on the sideline filming that, is thrilled with that dunk.
Yeah, he's fired up right now. And the defense has just picked up for the Cats too. Not getting beat off the dribble anymore. And then I say that.
Yeah, except for that time.
Wins an offensive rebound. Mitchell. Long bounce this time secured. Mason Williams, Stephen, outstanding scorer for Washington as well. You look at their starting 5. Had almost 30 against Washington earlier this year.
Very talented players, Mason Williams. He can create for himself, but he also can create for his teammates.
Speaking of, here he is, left wing 3. And he's got it, opening the score.
They've missed Julius Mims these last few games. He's such a threat for the offensive rebound and putbacks. And he's one of the best athletes jumping vertical in the country.
5 early. Williams the fall away, rattles around and falls. Lead again for Idaho, matching its largest. McLean too strong. All able to secure the O-board. A rare thing so far for the Eagles. Williams Euro step. Solid move, put her no trouble. 15 for Chris Gonzalez. He leads all scorers. Idaho's lead is 9. Laying down the baseline, a 3. Williams from the corner got it. And fantastic play by Chris Gonzalez.
You can't ask for a better possession. Run the clock down, get a switch, and get the mismatch for Chris Gonzalez.
Mason Williams the other way, turns the tables. He gets 13 points for Jack Payne. Final seconds here in Moscow, it seems. Long 3, Williams got it. 5 seconds.
And has 5 points. Remember, he made that first 3 for the Hornets. And a pull-up jumper from...
Coming off a 19-point performance in the loss to Montana. Gets it over to Mason Williams, who is the best he's ever been against.
Rage game.
Yeah, Cook shooting 41% from 3. Eastern Washington. Williams back in the game. Mason Williams for the lead. Connects. 3-point territory, driving on Marquardt again. Goes up. Can't get it. Eastern with 3 straight times they've turned away Walker's shot. 2 by blocks, 1 by good defense. Great pass by Williams. Gets it right back at the elbow. Right hand floater is good. Under 3 minutes to play. Eastern Washington by 2. Sebastian Hartman. And now Nick McLean. McLean trying to drive on McMahon. Turns his back to the basket. Tries to go up. Passes out. Eastern keeps it alive, but nearly a turnover. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mason Williams crossing over, drives to the middle. Mason Williams scores!
The monster Malik Moore, the Pepperdine transfer, also electric. As that shot misses, McLean has the rebound. Tied for the team lead in rebounds, Nick McLean with Emmett Marquardt. 2 guys who really get after it. Hartman on Moore. Williams. Cooking. 10 on the shot clock. Fades and hits. Williams all the way. What a move. Oh, he missed it off the glass.
But stayed with it and got the rebound.
For 3. Now that's a recovery. Design play. Why couldn't Hartman get there in time?
It was just a bad pass by Cook. He wasn't able to get there. Kind of pre-read it, and Eastern was fortunate enough to get it back.
3 to shoot. Williams from the logo.
Eastern, they use their guards to post up a lot. I think it's more into the game, too, the way college is moving and professionals. They're looking for any mismatch.
Eastern will not go to the bench yet. Same 5 out there. Why would you change it? Williams all the way. Yes, sir.
Key, which is nice.
As Williams drains the 3.
Yeah, it's a big 3 for Montana. Good shot by Williams. Trying to break that zone.
Montana has catapulted themselves into the lead now on the last 2 possessions. They're on a 7-0 run. Eastern has not scored now in over 2 minutes. McLean.
Yeah, Eastern has to continue to be aggressive.
Williams, another deep three. As McLean slows it down. Nick has still not scored tonight, despite averaging 15 points a game for Eastern. Williams getting fancy. Yes, sir.
I mean, they got lost in that pick and roll.
These offenses are getting rolling now. McLean to Williams. Good chemistry on that pass. Williams steps into it. The floater. Williams tries to heat it up. Great save. Eastern able to keep it in the court.
Another offensive rebound by Eastern Washington.
They could use points here. Williams will deliver them.
And that's
up on the floor. McLean, Powell, Williams, and Zonke. Zonke kind of a wing, but more of a shooter. Pretty shooter-heavy lineup. Nearly gave it away. McLean underneath for Williams. Somehow that turned into a 5-point lead.
Yeah, get it back to 5 here. If you're Eastern Washington, keep running your offense and keep moving the ball.
Williams underneath, what a move for 2.
Even on the,
you can't give those points away.
Can't give those points away. You got to get back on defense.
What a great series for the Grizz. Holy cow.
Still only a 5-point game, though.
Eastern's low on gas out there. Here's Williams. Got that one.
The game to maintain that same intensity.
Hartman on the floor, as well as Marquardt back in the game. McLean setting it up, finds Marquardt for 3. Spins his way and banks it in. 14 points now for Garrett Hawkins.
Yeah, that was impressive. Just used his body, just kind of just backed his man down and just bumped and then kissed it off the glass.
That ended a 3-minute scoring drought as of the game, or first point of the game, I should say, for Logan Orchard, the local product.
Yeah, true freshman playing, getting a lot of minutes.
Ball it down the lane. He got it in the bunny. Nicely done. His first points.
I mean, Lincoln's just getting up and down. Eastern has to make sure they stay in front and make sure they're tough shots.
Hartman to Marquardt. Cook. Good movement. Williams.
Good movement, but Eastern has to be ready to shoot when they catch.
Williams driving through the paint. Got it.
Yeah, good side. Force anything because you're going to get an open look after you pass it 3 or 4 times.
Another 3. Kalijaye, no. And Nagoya the board. Mason Williams is having fun running point, being back on the floor. A 3 from him, yes. 5 to shoot on the perimeter. McKessie elevates and misses. Team still shooting 50% from the field. Williams, yes.
Yeah, soft touch.
Eastern 6-0 run for the Eagles to begin the half. Ross short on the 3.
Short but on track. I mean, it was right on track, just left it a little short.
Williams. Excellent move.
Forces it in. Well, you got to give somebody else a chance, AJ, especially if they're working hard in practice. You got to give guys a chance, and sometimes you got to get your starters' attention and let them know.
Whistle there, just a no call, and Osibor finishes.
Yeah, big fella strong down there in the paint and has excellent footwork.
Williams off the fake, going baseline. Oh, steps in there and underneath the rim and in.
Oh, they call him the professor, so the professor is having a class right now on shooting 3 balls. Yak him for the big fella. Drives by.
Williams, nice move, crossover, step back for the Seattle.
Mad about it. You don't want to foul three-point shooters, but he just was trying to contest the shot.
And this is another high water mark for Washington, which is 4 of its last 4 from the field. Largest lead of the game, 65-48. Williams cuts into that.
And Emmett usually knocks those down, so that's a good look for Eastern.
Rineker gives it away. Hartman in transition. Up to Mason Williams, and the Eagles are on the board with an early high.
And that was a big shot for Cal Poly.
All of a sudden, it's back to a 3-point game. Eastern started this game on a 6-0 run as Mason Williams gets them right back.
Good rotation on defense for Eastern. A good job pushing the ball. And a blown layup by Cal Poly.
Yeah,
we talked about it. It's 13-4 on fast break points for Eastern. That's what's keeping them in the game right now.
Yeah, Poly likes to play in the half court more than Eastern does, as Williams gets the 2 out of his shoes. He's been playing so aggressively. It's been fun to watch him.
We're going to triple knot those next game.
Cook, one-on-one, out to Williams. That's the kind of play they needed off the bench. The Big Sky Conference Player of the Week, Williams.
They're so important. You get those deflections. Even if you don't come up with a turnover, it's a dead ball. You set your defense. It shows your activity and energy defensively when you can have those active hands, high hands.
Great timing on that lob. And Shaw just unable to finish.
Mark Mitchell up off the bench. He'll check in at the next stop. Hook to Marquardt. Good cut. Williams gets it to go.
It's a great cut by Williams. Shooter, that footwork is so smooth. It's not just the shot at the top with his release, but his footwork and the space right there. Not a lot of space, but extended range from Caleb Grill.
Williams, the top returning shooter for Eastern Washington, pulls up and gets it to go.
He's talented. Glorified free agency in college basketball. Every year you can change your roster, and see both teams having to do that this season. Hitting the transfer portal, also hitting the freshman market, and adding young players to the roster.
Well, that's the thing that Missouri has going in their favor, and why a team that had lost 20 in a row until last Friday. For Eastern Washington, Missouri turns it over, and another chance to get back within 6 or 5 for Eastern Washington. McLean only has 5 points, drives on Mitchell, swung around. Zaki drives on Bates, who just came back in. Under 10 to shoot. Mason Williams tries to get around, drill, and does.
A tough bucket.
Missouri goes down low to Mitchell. Mitchell
bring their own pressure as well, but you got to defend without fouling. Defend, be solid, slow the game up a little bit.
College in Montana, which is only 5 hours away, so it's not that big a change of scenery for him. Moncrief can't get it, and McLean comes down with the rebound.
There's going to be nothing easy inside tonight. They're going to make them fight for everything.
Eastern by 7. It's Williams. Bang. What a start to this home game.
20 years of coaching experience. You know, he's first at Gonzaga when they made that real long run to the Sweet 16 in '99. Couldn't have had a better replacement for David Riley.
Looks like they're by 5. Seattle a couple more chances here in the next minute. Arrington does not want to waste any space. Airballed that one. Zonke likes to run for a guy who's so tall.
He does, and he moves well. He has a good handle on him. You know, he can pass like we were saying earlier, and in the Colorado game, he knocked down 4 threes.
Great jumper from Mason Williams. To stop him tonight, I don't think.
No, you're not. And Eastern was doubling early on. They've gone away from that double team scheme. They may want to put that back in.
Cook trapped. Cross court to Williams. Big 3. Bang. Mason.
They seem like they're a pretty decent free throw shooting squad.
Marquardt still back out there. I love the fact that he feels so comfortable back at the point for a guy who's 6'9".
Isn't it cool to watch?
Awful lot like Ethan Price from the last couple of years.
Yes.
Maybe not the shot you wanted there.
Yeah, I think at this stage of Cassar's career, that's a bit early shot for him.
Williams for three from